Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Monday SITREP. My name is CB Harris. This is the show, the Monday SITREP. We talk about your Second Amendment rights. We also discuss new and upcoming things in the firearms industry, as well as people who use their firearms to defend themselves, their friends, their family, and other people. It does happen. Yes, it does happen. Okay, so first off, let's talk about, I know it's election season, so it's very close, okay? So let's talk about it a little bit. If you watched the recent debate, you probably heard a little snippet that maybe scared you if you are a believer in the Second Amendment. Because we have Hillary Clinton saying that she respects the Second Amendment. However, then we hear the truth, what she really wants. She believes that we need to have more background checks. We need to have a universal background check. We need to close these supposed loopholes, that gun show loopholes as well as internet loopholes, which I don't know what she's talking about because they don't exist. Okay? The internet is actually more restrictive than just going down to your local gun store, because I have to do a background check on both ends. Okay? So before I can purchase that firearm, the person who is selling it to me over the internet, they have to do a background check. They got to take it to a dealer if they're not a dealer themselves, send it to another federal firearms licensed dealer who does a background check on me before I can pick it up. It's not existent. This loophole that she's speaking of does not exist. But of course, she's banking on the fact that most of the American public don't know that. And that's what she's counting on. She's counting on that so that she can push her agenda, which, let's be honest, her agenda is to reinstate the magazine restrictions and the quote-unquote assault weapons ban that her husband had instated. She actually has stated that she wants to go even further and is willing to do executive action to do that. She wants to take things further than President Obama has. She has said this over and over again. If this doesn't scare you, I don't know what will, because honestly, this is a constitutional right. A constitutional right, people, that she wants to restrict. A right that states in it that that right shall not be infringed. She wants to infringe upon it. Absolutely. So when she says, I respect the Second Amendment, but, it sounds like, you know, the horny teenager on prom night saying, no, honestly, baby, I respect you. Because that's what it feels like. So, you know, I hate to be blunt, but bend over, here it comes. That's what I would expect if Hillary is elected as president. She also wants to repeal the Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act. So this is the protection that says, you know, if somebody is killed with a firearm, that, you know, family and things cannot sue the firearms industry. This is only available in the firearms industry. This is only an issue. Nobody sues a car company if, you know, somebody uses that car to run someone over. If it's faulty, sure, I get it. And I agree with it. Absolutely. But to hold a company accountable for how their product is used is absolutely ridiculous. But that's what she wants. So, let's get off that soapbox and let's move on to some good news. Some very good news. Missouri recently passed a constitutional carry law. This goes into effect on 1 January, and this is the 4th state this year to enact this. So this is, there is no concealed carry permit requirement anymore. You are lawful to carry as long as you can lawfully own a firearm. There are, the law does specify 17 places where you cannot carry. Some examples are, you know, churches, courthouses, liquor stores, election poll areas, you know, things like that. So really a lot of it makes sense. But I wouldn't call that a true constitutional carry. True constitutional carry would be allowing you to carry anywhere that you can be. But, you know, we do what we can. Baby steps, I guess. But it is a big step in the right direction. This brings the total of states with constitutional carry up to 12. I am proud to say that I live in one of those states. It is amazing. Despite what the naysayers might say, nobody, you know, the world didn't come to an end. People weren't just shooting each other in the streets. It's actually has been, you know, implemented quite quietly and really with no issues whatsoever. So For those people who think that it's going to cause, panic and violence in the streets to erupt, you're absolutely incorrect. Okay, so let's move on to the life or death files. This is the segment where we talk about people who've used their firearms to protect themselves and to protect others. This one is from a couple of weeks ago. This is the night of the 30th of September, and 3 men entered a Houston area AutoZone and held them up at gunpoint, demanding money from the cash register. At the same time, a concealed carry permit holder was in the parking lot. I actually saw this happening through the windows, and he got involved. Okay, he drew his handgun, he went in, demanded that, the robbers made them get down. He actually held them at gunpoint until the Harris County Sheriff could show up and arrest them. I think this is valid proof right here, and there's valid proof nearly every day that a firearm can be used for good. Okay, just an average citizen with a handgun can do good, despite what the media is going to tell you, despite what the anti-gun naysayers are going to tell you. Absolutely happens all the time. And in this case, no shots were fired. He did the right thing. Obviously, the sheriff, their spokesperson says, obviously we don't want people to do this, but they were glad that he did. And the law allows him to do that, allows him to get involved to protect other people. So absolutely, you did the right thing. Congratulations. You are an amazing person. I didn't have the person's name, but that was awesome. To get involved on the behalf of other people. I know a lot of people, even concealed carry permit holders, who would just have driven away. And the fact that they got involved is pretty amazing. Okay, so next on What's New, we're going to talk about something for your AK-47. You may or may not use it.
So, what's new?
This is the segment where we talk about new and upcoming things in the firearms industry. And today I want to talk to you guys about the Real Avid. This is the Gun Boss AK-47. And why I'm saying you might not use it is I know a lot of people who really don't clean their AKs very often at all. I clean mine semi-regularly, I guess I should say. I wouldn't say that I clean it every time I go to the range, but I do clean it probably at least a couple of times a year. So this comes with really about everything you're going to need. Obviously it has the rod segments, they're screwed together, so it's pretty compact. It makes up a 28.5-inch rod when you screw them all together. Has a T-handle to allow you to use that chamber brush and get it really cranking to clean that thing out. It also obviously has a bore brush, a gas tube brush and mop, things for cleaning out that gas tube. It gets a little mucked up in there. And it has all of the carbon scrapers that you can imagine you would need to clean an AK-47. It's nice to know you could clean it and you could get this thing spotless using the Real Avid Gun Boss for the AK-47. Remember that your mind, that is your most important tool, and it is vitally important to be armed with information. Until next time, take care and be safe. Charlie Bravo, out. Alright guys, so remember that the month of November, I'm going to be trying to do a video a day for that entire month. So with that, I need your guys' assistance. I need some ideas. So if you guys have any ideas for videos for the month of November, please leave it down in the comment section. I need to get working on these videos now in order to make sure I don't miss any days, because if I try to do it the day before, I'm going to end up blowing it. So I need to get those videos cranking out now. So I would love to hear your ideas. So again, leave them down in the comment section below.